That's a tanker plane flying right over my house, headed to put out the fire. Hey, welcome to Big Lew Barbecue and other things I want to do. And what I want to do today is grill outside, but I'm not. So this isn't really what Big Lew wants to do. What he wants to do is grill outside. But there's a burn ban on, still got the drought going on here in Southwest Louisiana. And the Tiger Island fires had a little flare up today that you might hear some helicopters flying overhead. So I'm not going to be burning any charcoal or lighting a chimney. And yes, you can cook outside in the burn ban, but if the fire department comes, you're fined for it. So I'm gonna be cooking in my Discada because it's a beautiful day. I want to cook outside. Gonna make things easy. All right, I'm just gonna fire up the propane burner, heat up the Discada, and I'll bring it in and eat. Nothing fancy on the recipes here. I'm cooking a sirloin steak in the Discada, all right, and some lobster. Do a little surf and turf. This is that lobster from Island Creek Oysters, and you know, the big benevolent subscriber sends this to me every so often, and I still got some in my freezer. So I'm gonna fire up this sirloin steak, some lobster. And after that, same pan, same dish, the Discada. If the camera shakes, that's because I set it back down on the table where the tripod's sitting. Gonna do some hominy. I love hominy, absolutely love hominy. Some people call it hominy corn, but you don't have to, hominy does it. Yeah, I'm using the store brand, but I got some golden and some white. If you've never done hominy before, you can get it dry and then, you know, cook it like that, but it's easy out of the can. You just heat it up, and it's really good with like salt, pepper, and red pepper, like some cayenne or something. That's really all you need on it. But a good Cajun seasoning does well on it, but also does well with garlic flavored stuff. Look, on all three of these, what I'm gonna be using is the American Pitmaster, the OG. Yeah, this is the SPG from Arnie Tex. You know, he sponsors or works with or owns or does something with the American Pitmaster Company. And Arnie Tex, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, it's wonderful. He did not send me this. My friend Johnny from the Old Smoky Facebook group sent this to me. And I've been wanting to do a video, but the burn ban's been going on so long and it's been so hot. I hadn't fired up charcoal, so I'm not firing up the Old Smoky. I'm gonna fire up the Discada, do this, but I better use it quick because my kids are going through it. This stuff is good. I'm telling you, it's good. So it's going on the steak, it's going in the lobster, and we're gonna put it in the hominy too. If I want a little more heat with the hominy, I may add some red pepper after I serve it, or a little bit of hot sauce or something with it. But anyway, stick around, watch. Let's get this done. All right, first for the steak. Yeah, I'm just doing sirloin straight out the freezer, nothing fancy. And I cook meals like this all the time in my Discada. I just don't ever video them because I'm using canned food and sirloin steak or what have you. That's butter, that's Worcestershire sauce. Smells good already. Smear it all around the area the steak will be in. And as soon as it's done, melting like that, we're gonna go ahead and drop the steak in. All right, that's the big old sirloin. And in we go. It's got that Arnie Tex SPG on it. It looks like I'm missing a spot from the pan, so you know what we got to do? Add a little more of the OG Texas Trinity right there. Arnie Tex got a great YouTube channel. I really enjoy watching him. We're gonna let that sit there and cook. Flip it over. More planes flying over to fight the fire, and that's what's going on with the steak. Looking good. All right, about time to flip this one over. Ow, gosh, don't work the Discada in flops. That butter just got on my toes. All right. We're not anywhere near close to where we need to be, but we got a good sear on there. I know it almost looks burnt on that side, but it's not. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna go ahead and bring this up and out like that. and it's gonna stay warm right there. Now that burned butter, that's gotta come out of there, and this fire's gotta go down. I'll go ahead and just turn it off right now. I'll cut it back on before we do the lobster, but all that's gotta get cleaned up. So this is what we do. Just drop in some paper towels, wipe them around. And then since I don't have a lip on this Discada, like some of them do, I can want to get all that done. But you can see the steak is still sizzling on the other side, right? Anyway, I'm gonna get this cleaned up and throw a little bit of water in there, and we're gonna start with the lobster. Throw the paper towel out, go ahead and scrape all the burn bits out, and I'm gonna wipe it down with some fresh water. So what I'm doing now is putting a little bit of water down in the bottom of this Discada to wash it off real well so that the lobster doesn't taste like the steak. By the way, the steak's right now at about 90 degrees internal. It's still gonna cook over there on that outside edge. All right, so that's pretty much how you do it now. Probably gonna pass one more pass with the water, one more pass with the paper towel, and we'll get started with the lobster. All right, got a little bit more drippings from the steak dripping down there, but that's okay. They're gonna keep falling in. I just didn't want all of it and all of that burn stuff that was on there. Now that steak looks a little dark on this camera right here, but it is getting evening. But it's really just a good sear because I know the internal temperature is not cooked through yet. All right, I've turned the fire on a medium low. Starting to heat up, that butter's starting to bubble. Just gonna open this package up right like that. Dump it in. Now, I often do shrimp like this when I do surf and turf. A sirloin steak like that, or even a ribeye maybe. Usually I'll grill a ribeye. And throw some fresh shrimp in there. But this is pre-cooked lobster. Just wanna get the butter on it. And of course, we wanna get some garlic and a little salt and pepper on it too. So more of the OG. And that'll give us the garlic flavor, our salt flavor, and our butter flavor. So mix all this in there. It's already pre-cooked, frozen and defrosted. Got 3 tail meat. There's 3 of us here tonight, so this is gonna be perfect for us. Plus a little bit of lobster and claw meat. So anyway, you see what I'm doing here? Just gonna let that heat up real low like. Not seared or anything like that. Be right back. All right, I just checked internal on the steak. It was about 127, so I went ahead and pulled it off. That's what the other side looks like. And flip these lobsters over. I'm gonna throw in the hominy and my meal will be ready. That's all there is to this. If it was fresh shrimp, I'd probably cook them the same way, but with a little fresh garlic. Maybe a little mojo. All right. Neighbors are racing 4-wheelers. Putting out a fire about 6 miles south of us. People out having fun because it's a beautiful evening. The first time in a long time it's actually pleasant outside. Only around 80-something degrees, so it's pleasant outside to be outside cooking. It's not in the upper 90s and near 100. All right, so we got that butter going there. We're gonna throw in the hominy. Both cans. Cans will look like that once you drain them. Break them up here, because the bottom part looks like the shape of the can. I absolutely love hominy. It tastes so much better than corn, and it's so much better for you than just plain corn. You know, once they go through the nixtamalization process, or whatever it's called, homony's just good. All right, time for more OG. I usually just use salt, pepper, and cayenne, but sometimes I put garlic powder in it. Sometimes I'll just use a Cajun seasoning, but it's good with this, so I've already done it. All right, see this homony's begun to brown a little bit. And with that butter, it kind of takes on a taste, not quite like popcorn, but reminiscent of popcorn. And not exactly, I'm just trying to give you, if you never had hominy, I'm just trying to describe it to you. But it's so much better than for you and better tasting than regular corn. I just love hominy. All right, anyway, this is done. I'm turning off the fire. I'm gonna plop the steak back on the... Okay, well, I got the surf. I got my hominy, got the turf. And I like my sirloin about medium. That's medium to medium well. I like ribeyes and New York strips, medium rare. I like sirloins, medium to medium well. And so that's how that came out. Of course, you thought it was gonna burn when it was like that, but my steak's good, y'all. The ThermalWorks tells me what temperature it is. All right, we're gonna eat. Hey, thanks for watching Big Lew Barbecue. I'm not gonna do a taste test. I know this stuff is good. Been eating half the bottle already, and I make this meal a lot. Usually with just fresh shrimp instead of lobster. Hey, thank you for watching Big Lew Barbecue. Just want to say a few things before we go. If you saw something in this video, I don't get a cut off of it. None of this stuff was sponsored. The Southwest Disc, which makes a Discada, they're a great company. I'm gonna leave a link down below to that, okay? The American Pitmaster OG. Now, my friend Johnny Calderon, who I know from the old Smoky Barbecue Club on Facebook, and I got to meet him last summer. He sent me this. He said, you know, Arnie Tex uses it. I think Arnie Tex has something to do with the company. He may own the company, I don't know. But Arnie Tex has got a great YouTube channel. He's a great cook, does a lot of Tex-Mex cooking, does a lot of Mexican cooking, and does a lot of good old barbecue too. And anyway, he's got this, and it was really good. Could be a little salty if you add too much, and I might have added a little too much on the steak, maybe. But other than that, the hominy was good with this. The lobster was good with this, and everything came out pretty good. This is a good all-around season. It's not the best maybe for steak, but it's pretty good on steak. So try that out. That's going to be a courtesy link down below as well. And also Island Creek Oysters, where the lobster came from. The benevolent subscriber sent me that a while back. It's been in my freezer. And so if you're interested in any of those links are down below, and those are not affiliated links. I will have an affiliated link to the ThermalWorks company, and they're the ones that make the thermometer, where I was able to check my steak and get it right. Anyway, thanks for watching Big Lew Barbecue. And one more testimony. My daughter's just over here off camera. She had it. What'd you think of the meal tonight, Hannah?
It was delicious.
Absolutely delicious. Thank you.
I've been using that garlic rub. It's really good.
She's been using, that's why the garlic rub's half gone. That's why it's,
yeah.
That's why it's half gone. Anyway, thanks Johnny for sending it to me. Thank y'all for watching. I like to say it in Spanish. Gracias por ver este video.